Hey, hello. Thanks for joining us for another episode of GC Community Chat. GC stands for Garden City, Michigan. Hope you're all doing well and safe. Let's see. We have a good one for you. Joining us shortly will be James Lenze of the Garden City Library. He'll be here with us how he and his staff have adapted to not being open, still available for the community, and much more. So if you have any questions or comments for James, please have them ready, and we'll do our best to get them answered for you. We also have Tom coming up first with the latest weather forecast for us. I'll have the latest COVID numbers for Garden City and the state. And Mike has some announcements and events coming up and some cancellations as well that you'll want to know about. So grab your favorite beverage or snack on this rather nice evening here in Garden City, Michigan. And we hope that you'll join us for the next hour or so. This is episode number 490, 10 away from that 500. It is Thursday, July 23rd, 2020. I am your host, Kerry, and also joining me tonight, Doppler Tom Mywinski. Tom, how you doing?
Doing well. The weather is definitely nice the last few days.
Yes,
Which
yes.
is always good.
Tolerable, for sure, for sure. And also longtime resident and former councilman Mike Jones. How you doing, Mike?
Excellent, Kerry, but I'm getting better. Thank you.
Hey, we have to give a shout out to all the surrounding communities who tune in every Thursday night to listen and watch our show. We want you to know your support is greatly appreciated. And remember, if your community has any events or announcements coming up, what are they going to do, Mike?
They should email us and we'd be glad to publicize them for them.
Absolutely. You can send those details to us at gccommunitychat@gmail.com, or you can go through our website at gccommunitychat.com, and we'll be more than happy to announce those for you as well. Now, like I said earlier, if you have any questions or comments for our guest tonight, and if you're watching us on Facebook, go ahead and type them in the comment section. And I'll do my best. Like I said, we'll bring them up on the screen, get them answered for you. You can also text questions to 734-788-9319. All right, we're going to get Tom in here now for the latest check of the weather, and then we're going to spend some time chatting with our guest, Library Director James Lenze. Hi. Okay, let's do a check on weather with Dr. Tom. Let's see what he has in store for the rest of this week and the weekend coming up. Tom, take it away. Good night, Tom. Tom. Oh, Tom.
I suppose if we don't have Tom, we probably don't have James either.
Yeah. All right, stop the video there.
You are joining the online studio.
All right, sorry.
You are
folks.
unmuted and
Internet-
can speak with the host.
Internet went out, so you know how that goes. Tom, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, the internet went down. Our
Yeah,
connection.
I wasn't sure what happened there.
Yeah, we lost. So go ahead. What you got?
Oh, everything's working now?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, the last few days has been fairly nice. I mean, like you guys were saying, the temperatures are much more tolerable. We're definitely seeing less humidity, and yeah, it's definitely been pretty nice because we saw some wicked storms on Sunday. Saw a lot of rain. Some places got a lot of wind as well. So we definitely could use a little relaxation in the weather, and that's definitely going to be happening. And definitely going to be continuing as we get throughout the rest of the week and into the weekend. As we get into tomorrow, the sun will continue to shine out there. Temperatures will be a little bit warmer. We're probably going to get into the mid to upper 80s for high temperatures. So that's going to kind of be our signature as we get throughout the rest of the month out there. As we get into the weekend, it's going to be a dry weekend out there. So if you have any outdoor plans, it's definitely going to be a nice one. It's definitely going to be a warm one as well. Upper 80s on Saturday and then lower 90s on Sunday. So it's definitely going to be hotter as we get into Sunday.
Whoopee.
And as we get into next week, definitely going to be a much tolerable week. On Monday, that's the only chance we're going to see of rain as we get into Monday afternoon and evening hours. We'll see some on and off rain, and some of that rain could be heavy at times. Okay. And as we get past Monday, the rest of the work week next week looks fairly dry. I don't see any problems, and much more tolerable temperatures will continue. Temperatures all of next week are going to be in the low 80s for high temperatures. So that's going to be a fairly comfortable temperature profile as we get into next week. And besides Monday's rain, it's going to start to dry out as well. So we definitely could use the break with the 90s and the heat and the humidity, and we're definitely going to be seeing that as we get into the foreseeable future out there. And it kind of will continue into August as well. I don't really see a big change in the weather pattern as we get into the month of August. So the worst of the heat, in my opinion, is over for Michigan. We'll probably see the warm weather probably continuing probably throughout the rest of the month and probably through August and probably into September. It's probably going to stay warm throughout that entire period, but I don't think we're going to see a long stretch of 90s anymore. So if you don't like that heat and humidity like Carrie and I, yeah, if you're Richard, well, you can deal with it, right?
Right, exactly.
I mean, at least it's still warm out there, definitely during the afternoon if you're out there for a couple hours. As we expand outward and some other weather, there has been a pretty active weather all across the eastern United States recently. A lot of storminess moving through across that region. The storms are continuing across the central northern plains. It's been a real hot spot this summer for a lot of storms. And the heat is also across the southern United States with occasional storms moving through that region as well. So the weather story is staying fairly active. A little update on a drought across the region. A new drought monitor came out today, and we're still technically in a drought out there. And some parts of our state are now in a moderate drought. So that's a level up in our drought. So it's definitely staying on the drought side. I mean, we did see some rain on Sunday, but we definitely need more rounds of rain moving through. And Monday's rain will help us, but that won't really solve our problem. So I just want to briefly give a drought update out there because the drought is still ongoing. And the last story I have of the evening is the hurricane season is starting to wake up out there. I've been talking about it over the last few shows, how it's been fairly quiet, but the ramp up is really going to start going, and it is starting to go. We have one named storm out there. Gonzalo is out into the Atlantic, moving into the Caribbean. And that is the earliest G storm to develop in the history of the Atlantic hurricane season. So we're off to a very busy start out there. And we have to watch that one as it moves throughout the Caribbean. And we also have Tropical Depression 8, which will become Hannah and move into Texas over the next few days. And will bring a lot of rain and wind to that region. So that's going to be a storm moving into the United States. And we also have Douglas that is in the Eastern Pacific. And that will be approaching Hawaii as we get into the weekend out there. So it's going to be a fairly busy time for the hurricane season out there. Yeah. And as we get into the month of August and September, it will continue to be busy, and we'll probably have a lot more discussion with the hurricane season really developing out there. So stay tuned to that. And there's always still time to prepare if you live in that neck of the woods for hurricane season. But if you want to keep tuned to all my local weather information, just go to my website, DopplerTomsWeather.com, and it will keep you updated on our nice, comfortable weather pattern, which is what we like, Harry.
Yes, exactly. So when did you say our next chance of rain possibly?
Monday.
Monday?
We're going to see some rain Monday, yes. Monday
Okay.
afternoon and evening hours.
Yeah, we can definitely use it. That's for sure.
And then it's going to start to dry out again.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Just a quick reminder, our show streams live every Thursday evening at 8 p.m. So we hope you'll set aside some time to join us, and be sure to invite your friends to join in as well. Also, if you go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/GCChat, be sure to follow us and you'll be reminded whenever our show is streaming live. And while you're there, please feel free to leave us a review. We really appreciate it. You can also get more information and contact us as well by visiting our website at gccommunity.com. All right, he is the director of the Garden City Public Library. Please welcome back Mr. James Lenze. James, how you doing?
I'm doing fine, Kerry. How are you doing tonight?
Awesome. Thanks for joining us again. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
So first things, you're doing well, family's well, you're all safe, doing good?
Yeah, everyone here is doing great. Thanks.
Awesome. I know it's been a tough time, but COVID doesn't seem to slow you guys down and your staff. That's for sure. You're adapting quite well. You seem to still have quite a lot of things going on, like your curbside pickup. You want to mention what that is?
Yeah, so we call it curbside pickup or library takeout service. It's kind of like fast food with library style. You know, you call us ahead or use the online catalog to place a hold on materials.
Sure.
We'll have it all ready for you when you come to the door. So we're available for people to pick up their books and movies and more from noon till 6 p.m. Well, unfortunately, we can't let people in the building at this time, but you can still get plenty of books and movies and so forth. And you can use our online downloadable materials 24/7. So
I got a little here. How they handle it. Watch us.
I'm sorry, you broke up there a little bit. I couldn't quite hear that.
Video. Let's see if I can.
So when you come into this little lab area, this is how you will pick up your books. What can we do for you today?
I don't know who that was. Did you see that video? Is that what they do? They come in and they can get their books there?
Right. Yeah. So that was my staff demonstrating how to pick up your books.
Right. So, and they can order those online, right?
Yeah. So you just go to the catalog and you search for what you're looking for, and you can place a hold with your library card number. If you don't have a library card yet, you can register for one online and start placing holds right away.
Okay, awesome. I did want to mention another big successful thing is the bags of free books that you put out on the lawn. That was really genius.
That was the brainchild of our adult librarian, Lisa.
Okay.
So she's calling that the library garden. And every Monday at noon, she puts out about 100 bags of used books, and they're labeled with what genre or age they're suitable for.
Oh my God.
And within 2 hours, they're all gone. So if you're interested in that, you got to get there right away at noon.
Yeah, got to get there early. That's for sure. Now, is she going to be doing that again or throughout the summer?
Yeah, as long as supplies last. And, we have a lot of used books that the friends stored. They were supposed to have a spring book sale, and it looks like they're not going to be able to do a fall book sale either. So we're using those books for this library garden. And the Kiwanis Club just said that they have used books that they were collecting all last year, and that project that they were working on kind of fell through. So they're letting the library use those for the library garden also.
Oh, great.
The Kiwanis you had those at the Lucky Squirrel, I'm told, last Saturday, and they were giving those out to people who stopped by their booth. I think they're going to do that at the next Lucky Squirrels also. So,
yeah, I have to mention you are a Kiwanian and Mike's a Kiwanian. Mike, you wanted to mention how many books was it? Did you say?
I think we still have about 5,000.
Wow.
We gave away about 500. at the Lucky Squirrel.
Oh, so she should be able to have her book garden for quite a while.
I think the next Lucky Squirrel, we're going to try to organize them more for a variety of age groups.
Okay.
This one was mostly children's books.
Oh, all right. All right. I also noticed, James, that you have Ask the Music Lady. That's a kind of a new feature too? Is that new?
So that was just a one-time program.
Okay.
So we had her scheduled to do a live performance at the library during summer reading, and of course, COVID did away with that. So she offered to do a free online program for us, and we weren't going to pass that by. She does a great show. The kids really like her.
Right. What about Story Time with Miss Kim? Is that going to be a regular feature?
Yes. So she does those on Wednesdays. She does it first for the younger children at 11 a.m. And then she does it again for the older kids with a little bit older stories. She does that at noon on Wednesdays, and that will continue.
So you have all kinds of stuff going on. That's for sure. What else you got? Did I miss anything?
Both the adult and youth services are making activity bags or craft bags. They give you all the parts that you need and instructions for a simple craft that you can do during the week. So one of the last adult ones was making rings out of buttons. And they had enough supplies in there for each person to make 3 or 4 rings. They also did like a sun catcher that you could make, and the children ones are adapted more toward their age. But every week we're having some sort of activity bag that people can pick up.
Yeah, that's great. Now, as far as opening the library to the public and Maplewood over there, you have no idea. I mean, you're closed until at least August 11th, correct? Until we know.
Yeah, it's very unclear. I'm not sure what the plans are for the Maplewood Center itself. But the library, everything that people take home with them, when they return it, we have to quarantine it for 4 days.
Wow.
And if we start letting the public in to use the computers and browse the collections, that's going to defeat the whole purpose of quarantining those materials.
Yeah.
So we're struggling with how we can do that. If we can, I've got a grant application out there. I should be hearing back from the state of Michigan on that in a couple, maybe next week or the week after, where we might be able to get some laptops that we can let people use outside around the building.
Okay.
You can bring your own laptop or tablet or phone and use our Wi-Fi anywhere around the building. But for people who don't have a mobile device, these laptops will be a very useful resource, we think. We might also be able to, depending on what gets approved in the grant, we might be able to get some mobile hotspots that we'll be able to let people check out to, again, give people access to online resources.
Sure. Maybe you could even hold something outside. I mean, outside would be okay if physical distance enough, right?
Yeah. And trouble with planning something like that is always you're taking a chance with the weather. But we can work on some things like that. The next library board meeting may end up being outside. So far, we've had to do all of those electronically. But if the weather August 11th is good, we'll try an outdoor library board meeting.
Well, let's keep our fingers crossed. Like I said, we know more after August 11th for sure.
Right.
So I know you guys, you were really going gung ho with the new library, and now this kind of put a damper on that too, didn't it? What's the latest on that?
So we hired Monica Fulton to help us look for grants to help us reach our monetary goal quicker.
Right.
Of course, we're very grateful the residents passed that millage, which we'll be collecting that for about 10 years to get the money that's necessary to build the building. But if
Right.
we can get a grant that helps us reach that goal quicker, we'll be able to build quicker. So
Right.
we hired Monica Fulton to help us look for grants. And then the COVID hit, and she said everywhere she was looking, the granting organizations were focusing on health and alleviating all the effects of the pandemic. So
Right.
support for people who are out of work and for food pantries and rental assistance and stuff like that. That's where all the granting agencies turned their focus.
Wow.
So kind of had to put a hold on looking for grants for the time being. But she's really gung-ho about getting back into it once they start opening their funds up for brick and mortar type projects.
Right. Right. Wow. Yeah, that's too bad. COVID really hurt a lot of people. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's had so many effects in so many ways, and
Just trickles down. And unfortunately, like you said, the library probably isn't a real priority. You know, they want to do the frontline workers and all that, healthcare,
and that's where it should be.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, that's where all the support is needed right now.
Right. Mike, you got any questions you want to ask?
No, can we just see that Michigan mask one more time?
Yeah, I have one too.
Yeah.
Awesome. Go.
Yeah,
Go blue.
my wife put that one together for me. So
That's nice.
Oh, nice.
So you think we're going to see any football this year?
you know, it's the Big Ten. If they play anything, they're just going to play against other Big Ten teams. Which I mean, that's great, but I know that's a hardship on some of the other teams that used to play at Michigan's at the Big House.
Sure.
So, but if we can have any football, that would be great. I just don't know.
Yeah.
It's such a
with fans present.
Well,
It's going to be
thing
tough to have it with fans present.
yeah, but even without fans present, football, I mean, the players line up right in each other's faces. I mean, they're shoulder to shoulder, breathing on each other hard. It's not like baseball, for the most part, you're standing a good 6 feet apart from each other, you know?
Yeah. That opens
like
tonight.
Batter and catcher.
Yeah.
So
Yankees are ahead 2-1 in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, and they're constantly testing. So
yeah,
it's going to be, and they have to get the results back quicker. That's all there is to it.
Oh,
These tests. I
That's
mean,
been a problem.
that's been the biggest problem.
Testing got ramped up, but
Right.
you're getting results a week or so later.
Yeah.
It doesn't do you any good for isolation and contact testing.
Right.
It's totally worthless by the time you get the result back.
Yeah, you're right. So let me ask you this, James, can people still make monetary donations for the building fund?
they can. So there should be a donation link on the library's website.
Okay.
Or you can mail a donation to the library at our street address, 31735 Maplewood.
Okay.
My staff are trying hard not to handle money, so we stopped collecting fines even before COVID hit. We became a fine-free library, but we're not sending faxes, so we're not collecting money for faxes. We're not selling that. We had candy bars that we were selling. We're not doing that currently.
Yeah.
So it'd be best if you feel the desire to make a donation, it would be best if you did it either through the donate button on the website or mail something, check to the library.
Right. And the website is gardencitylib.org, correct?
Correct.
Okay, it's right there on the screen for everybody. So yeah, if you want to make a donation, that'd be great. Go to the website and hit the donate button. That's the easiest way, probably, really.
Yeah, and we certainly appreciate that, but we understand people are hurting right now, and so many people out of work and just struggling to pay bills and keep the family fed. So
yeah, I get it.
We got a box of about 25 audio books that we're ready to donate once you open up again.
We'll certainly appreciate those, Mike.
I guess you'll have to really wipe everything down and all that, right? If you ever do reopen, how's that going to work?
Yeah, well, and we have to do that currently too.
Clean.
The staff are right now they're wiping down counters where they're working several times during the day. Once we start letting public in to use the computers, we're going to have to clean down the computers after every use. So yeah, it's a big chore. Oh,
Yeah.
hey, one other thing I wanted to mention that the Rotary Club has asked us to put out a donation box for school supplies.
Okay.
They're doing their annual school supply drive again. I know with it being so uncertain what's happening with the schools, people might not be thinking about it, but whether the kids are studying at home or studying in a classroom, they're going to need supplies.
Correct.
So the Rotary Club is still doing that school supply drive, and there is a box at the library where you can donate those and any sort of thing that kids would need during the school year.
Yeah, they do that every year. That's great, and I'm glad you got that out there for us. Yeah, we don't know. That's up in the air too. I'm hoping to get Derek Fisher. I think he's coming on in August next month and going to talk about it. I don't envy his job right now. I'll tell you that. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'll be honest. If I had kids, I don't know if I'd send them. I really don't. It's really tough.
Well, if we can get the numbers to go the right direction again, get those numbers to come down, that will make the decisions a lot easier.
People need to mask up. That's for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. They just they don't get it. So, anything else, James, that you wanted to cover for us tonight? You got a list?
No, I think we covered about pretty much everything. Yeah.
Have you had to lay on any of your staff off, or they're all pretty much still working, huh?
Right. So we did not end up laying off any staff. We were able to get one grant from the Michigan Humanities. They granted us $5,000 to help cover the payroll. So it didn't really cover even a full month, but it helped us keep staff employed. So
that's right.
Yeah, the staff I have are so great. I would hate to lose any of them.
Boy,
so it's a blessing to be able to continue keeping them on the payroll.
Yeah, it's I mean, we have
working and creative.
Yeah, we have a good time keeping up with all the events and everything that's going on there. I mean, it's really something how you guys have adapted. That's for sure. And we hope people utilize it. And it sounds like they are for sure. She puts out 100 bags and they're gone in no time.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. Anything with Kiwanis you guys wanted to mention while we're here tonight? Got anything, Mike?
I can't think of anything.
Meeting went good today?
The club is still having their weekly lunches. Today we met at one of the pavilions in Garden City Park. So anyone who's interested in learning more about Kiwanis is welcome to join us for a lunch on Thursday.
Right.
We're going to explore a couple of possibilities for when the weather turns bad for having meetings indoors. We're looking at Big Boy, and we may be looking to see if we can work out something with a straight farmhouse.
Okay. Yeah, straight farmhouse would be available, I would imagine.
Yeah, they're not normally open at Thursday noon, but
right. I'm sure they would make an exception for.
And if we were willing to pay the going rental, that would help them a little bit financially.
Yeah, any donation or anything. Yeah, they would appreciate it. Well, look, James, if we covered everything, I'll let you go.
All right. Thanks for having me, and you guys stay safe and have a great evening.
You too. I really appreciate you coming on, and you and your family stay safe as well, and come back anytime. Okay.
All right. Great. Thanks, Kerry.
All right. Take care. Bye. All right. James Lenze. Good job.
He's a great librarian. They have a great staff over there.
Let me tell you, they got a great staff and a great director. That guy is awesome. I'll tell you, like I said, we have a hard time keeping up with everything that's going on over there, right?
Yeah.
That's for sure. So let's see. Let me move on here. James Lenze did a great job. All right. I want to thank James Lenze for coming on, and he can come on anytime he wants. He knows that. Any of our guests can always come back. I'm going to do the COVID numbers now, and then we'll probably get the mic. Let's see. Today, the state numbers, 75,947 confirmed cases. We had a total of 6,148 deaths. The daily confirmed cases today, 699.
Gotta get that number down more.
Yeah, that's up from yesterday was 400 and something, I believe.
I think they're still feeling the effects of some of those
Parties.
group parties and stuff.
Yep.
A couple of weeks ago.
And there's 7 confirmed deaths today. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. All right, Garden City's numbers, and this is not good. 4 new cases today. That's up 3 from yesterday. They had 1. 195 total cases, no deaths today, and we're remaining at 16 deaths total. Westland, I like to do Westland, Dearborn Heights, and Inkster. Westland had 9 new cases, 972 total deaths. 1 death today they had, and they're up to 90 total deaths. Dearborn Heights had 6 new cases today, 674 total cases, 0 deaths today, 67 total deaths. And then Inkster had 1 new case today, 420 total cases, 0 deaths, and they have a total of 32 deaths. So, yeah, like you said, we got to work on that. We can do better, people. We can definitely do better.
Yeah, if you want to have kids in school, you want to have athletic events in the fall, wear your damn mask.
It's such a simple thing, you know. We didn't like to wear seatbelts, but now we've adapted to that. You don't like to wear a mask, adapt to it. That's the only way you're going to knock this down.
In seatbelts, you were just doing it to protect yourself.
Right. Now
With masks,
you're
doing it to protect your family and friends.
Yes, others, for sure. Very important. I want to mention Patty Fixes in there, says, hi, guys. Douglas Carey, I'm doing good, Doug. I will explain and talk more about that in a few minutes. Nora Fixes in there. She says hello. Richard Worobelski from Chubb's Smokehouse Catering is in there, and hope you're doing well, Richard. Haven't seen you in a while. And we got a few others that were in there watching. So hopefully they'll tune in later tonight and check it out. As some of you might know, I had back in 2002, I believe, I had a triple bypass. And then a few years back, they found out through a catheterization that one of my grafts had collapsed. And they thought that with cardiac rehab and medicine, they could take care of the angina that I get. Well, that didn't work. So back in January, I had a catheterization again, and they put a stent in, and they thought they were going to do another one, but they didn't do that. They thought this one would take care of it. Well, it did for about 6 weeks, and then the angina came back again. So then Monday, I had another catheterization. They wanted to go in and make sure that stent was still open, and they were going to stent the other one that they didn't do the previous time. Well, they couldn't do that one because it was too calcified. So now my cardiologist has a specialist who's going to do the
sending you downtown.
Yeah, going to send me downtown to Henry Ford and going to do the vessel that had collapsed from my bypass. So it's about a 70-80% success. So the odds are in my favor, but it's a lot more. So fingers crossed. I want to thank everyone for the well wishes. Just consultation with cardiologists and more than. So thanks everybody. We appreciate it. All right. I'm going to do that. We're going to get Mike in here, I think, and let him do the announcements. So let me zip through here, and I will let Mike do that. All right. Let's Mike in here. Here we go.
when you say goodbye, that'll be the day.
Okay, it's time for some community announcements. So let's get Mike in here.
You know,
Mike,
it's a lie.
away.
That'll be the day when I die.
All right. Good job, Mike.
Okay, the city is going to be doing some major water system work today and tomorrow in the Cherry Hill Merriman area.
Yeah.
That may lead to low water pressure or brown water could occur citywide. Please check your water before doing laundry or avoid doing laundry at all if you see any discoloration in your water. Running your faucets if you see brown water after the work is complete will eliminate the problem. The water is not harmful, however. So
right. You just stain your
yeah.
clothes.
Wood Thrift Stop is still going to be closed and no longer accepting any donations until further notice.
Right.
The Autos for Autism update. To go to the Autos for Autism website to watch the 1-hour virtual car show at www.autosforautismbc.com.
Yeah.
Click on the link. Our car guys and gals, along with our loyal sponsors, helped us to raise over $15,000 in donations.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
For the first virtual and hopefully last virtual.
Yes. What blessing for our Bridger students. You continue to donate what you can on our website. Thank you so much. The Straight Farmhouse is continuing to request donations for their parking lot fund as we need $39,500 by March 30th. You can drop by the museum and see a quilt exhibit and make a donation or mail a donation to the farmhouse at 6221 Merriman Road, Garden City, 48135. We are also hosting many acting classes, arting classes. Sorry about that. Get your RSVPs in right away as they are selling fast, which we appreciate. As with every class, we receive a donation. Are you looking to have a gathering of 20 or 30 people? If so, think about renting out the grand parlor. We have a great catered choice catering. If you would like to bring in your own, or if you'd like to bring in your own food, you can. Maybe you need a place for a funeral luncheon or your rehearsal dinner or a Kiwanis meeting. We also have Wi-Fi available so you can Zoom your bridal shower or baby shower for those who cannot attend that night and might be out of state, allowing everyone in your family to be part of the celebration. We're looking for people who might want to teach a special art class. If so, call Kim Marquette at 734-812-1559 or send an email to us. Website is www.straightfarmhouse.org for more information about all our upcoming events and more. The DDA has an announcement. Unfortunately, the 13th annual Garden City Chili Cook-Off for Hot Rod Motorcycle Show on Saturday, October 10th has officially canceled.
I'm probably thinking that the trunk or treat may be canceled too, but I'm not going to speak for them right now.
And you don't want to do it too early.
Right.
You want to give it a chance to get all the data you can.
Right. And you got to have time to get donations and stuff, candy and all that. So it's tough. It's tough right now.
Fairy Garden Workshop on August 5th from 7 p.m. to 8:30. Time to have some fun. Sign up for this Fairy Garden Workshop. The farmhouse is pleased to have Glenda Albright of Glenda's Whimsical Gardens here to walk you through making your own fairy or gnome garden. For $30, $10 of which will be donated back to the Straight Farmhouse, you'll receive everything you need to leave with a complete fairy garden. Payment made at the door the day of the event. We accept cash or personal checks. Make the checks out to FGCHM. Have your spot now. Save your spot now. RSVP on the exhibits and events page of the Straight Farmhouse website. The workshop will be held outdoors if weather permits. If not, we will hold the event inside the grand parlor. we will be following the state of Michigan COVID-19 guidelines.
Right.
The third annual Shop and Adopt Vendor and Craft Show for Last Day Dog Rescue is on August 8th from 11 to 5 at the 200 Log Cabin Road at the main pavilion. Mask required for all shoppers, free entry. Event is sponsored by Sunshine Events. Over 40 vendors, raffles, food, and a DJ. Adoptable dogs will be on site from 12 to 4. No on-site adoptions, family friendly.
Now that on-site adoption means the dogs are going to be there. You can look at them and view them. You just can't adopt them right then and there because they're going to place them in the homes. They have to do like a background.
Make sure the dog is going into a good home and
exactly.
You don't have any outstanding warrants or anything.
Right.
The DJ will stay cold on the site all day. There'll be Kona Ice from 12 to 4. Rock wraps all day.
Yeah, B-Rack, yeah.
B-Racks, is that what that is?
Bedrock or B-Rock?
B-E-I-R-O-C-K.
B-Rock, I think.
Lucky School Field Market and Craft Vendor. The next one will be on August 15th, Saturday. 150 plus vendors, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Northeast corner of Ford and Middlebelt, Town Center Shopping Plaza, Garden City, Michigan. Kiwanis is going to have another table to give away free books, and this time there'll be more than just children's books available.
Now, did you go the last one?
I did.
What was the turnout like?
Oh, it was a pretty good turnout.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people. And we had a friend in high places who got us a favorable location underneath the big tree in the shade on that hot day over by Central.
That was terrible. Yeah.
Yeah. There were people coming over to our place just to get out of the sun and so forth. Gourd birdhouse painting, a $25 class, includes all supplies to paint a gourd. Learn different techniques on painting, level from beginner to advanced. Register and pay through PayPal, HIJOWITT, at yahoo.com. That'll be on Saturday, August 8th from 10 to 1 at the Straight Farmhouse. Free food distribution from Gleaners, 30 pounds of nutritious groceries. Next one will be available on Wednesday, August 19th from 2:30 to 4:30 at the Maplewood Community Center, 31735 Maplewood Road. But you want to enter on the Balmoral side parking lot. That's the south side.
Mm-hmm.
Helping our community during urgent times of need. Families and individuals in need of food are encouraged to attend an upcoming drive-up distribution provided by the Gleaners Community Food Bank. You'll get 30 pounds of groceries. It'll include items like milk, fresh fruits and vegetables, lean protein, and other shelf-stable items. Drive up or walk by. If you drive up, stay in your vehicle, and the groceries will be placed into your trunk. Walk-up guests without vehicles or those without a trunk are welcome to obtain groceries from a self-service table. If you are walking up, please be prepared to carry the groceries or have a cart. No appointment is needed. You do not need to bring identification or proof of eligibility to receive food. Increasing safety. If you wish to pick up for another household, you may do so without their presence in the car.
Yep.
And finally, I have a reminder about the Champions Golf Scramble. It's going to be on August 25th. This is the 5th annual one. It'll be at the Links at Gateway, 33290 Gateway Drive in Romulus. 8 o'clock a.m. registration, a 9 a.m. shotgun start. We need your help. The Champions program is focusing on scholarship-based mentoring program targeted at-risk students. And I guess they've had a lot of success with these students. Champions of Garden City is privately funded by people like you, alumni and citizens who care about the school and the community that help shape who we are today. Join us in this great opportunity to give back to the students of Garden City. Course prizes will be given for the longest drive closest to the pin, Vegas hole, putt for dough. Entry fee is $75 per golfer, $50 of which is tax deductible. Due to COVID-19 meeting guidelines, this year we will provide lunch at the turn, but will not be able to host a post-event meal.
Right. Yeah, they used to have a real nice spread and gave away prizes and everything, but can't do that. All right, I got a couple things here. I did want to mention the garden walk. That was Saturday. Yeah. Very successful. They made over $1,000. They were very happy. And had like, I think 10 homes, 10 really beautiful homes on the walk. And last night they had their Tuesday they had their garden club. Was it Tuesday or last night? I can't remember. Garden club meeting was here, and they gave their $500 scholarship away to a young man who was very happy to get that. So congrats to the garden club. And then also, if you're tired of the unwanted newspapers that are thrown in your driveway every weekend, I'm going to give you the phone numbers of 2 people that you can call and let them know you don't want them. And if you do want them, then just make sure you pick them up. Don't leave them out in the driveway. Looks trashy. All right. The first one is Chris Nichols. His number is 586-826-7014. And the other one is John Morey, Morey. His number is 586-977-7522. Give them a call. Leave them a message. Tell them you don't want the paper anymore, and they will quit throwing it in your driveway. I did it, and I don't get it. So I'm happy now. Anything else, Mike?
Yeah, I just want to read this card I received last week.
Yeah?
It says, you know you're getting older when everything hurts and what doesn't hurt doesn't work. You feel like the morning after and you didn't go anywhere the night before. Your knees buckle and your belt won't. You can only burn the midnight oil until 9 o'clock. The twinkle in your eyes is the sun hitting your bifocals. Your back goes out more often than you do. And another surefire way to know you're getting older is when cards like this card showing up on your birthday.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
that is funny. That's a good one.
I got that from my daughter.
I like it. You can relate to that back, eh?
Oh, I can relate to a lot of these.
Yeah, me too, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that. All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Remember, if you're interested in coming on our show as a guest, we'd love to have you. Maybe you know someone who might be interested. It's very easy. You can contact us through our website at gccommunitychat.com and send us your email, your name, and a brief message, and we will get back to you within 24 hours. During this time, we can do the show remotely and safely like we did tonight. Maybe you own a business or belong to an organization and would like to share your information with us and the surrounding communities. If so, contact us today, and we look forward to hearing from you. And with that said, Mike, I think we're ready to call this a podcast. Special thanks to our guest, James Lenze, director of the Garden City Public Library. Did a great job tonight. Also, thanks to my co-host, Dr. Tom Iwinski. Good job as always. And Mr. Mike, fantastic job. Great singing, too.
You're right.
Also, thanks to all of you for tuning in tonight on Facebook and YouTube, and those of you that have downloaded the audio and are listening. We really appreciate your support each and every week. Be sure to view this video and past video at your convenience, especially if you tuned in late tonight, by going to our Facebook page, and that's facebook.com/GCChat, or our YouTube channel at youtube.com/community-chat-show. youtube.com/community-chat-show. We hope you'll check it out and feel free to share with your friends, and be sure to click on the red subscribe button on our YouTube channel. We'd appreciate it. Now, this show will be up on Facebook right away, but YouTube takes a little bit longer, but it will be up later tonight. Don't forget to stop by our website at gccommunitychat.com for more information. And you can also download the audio from tonight's show by going to iHeartRadio. Just search for GC Community Chat with your host, Carrie Parton, and also TalkShoe.com. As always, we want to give a huge thank you to all the healthcare workers, first responders, police and fire, everyone on the front lines that protect us every day. We can't thank you enough. Be safe. We want you to know that you and your families are in our thoughts and prayers every day. And be sure to let these heroes know how good a job they're doing. Let them know that you appreciate them when you see them. All right. Remember, the success of a community depends on the community. So please support your local businesses. They need your support now more than ever. Several have reopened, but some are still opening. So be sure to support them when you can. And please wear your mask. Don't make a big deal out of it. We don't want to go backwards. We want to go forwards. Right, Mike?
Absolutely.
And if you see something,
say something.
Yes. We have to look out for one another out there. For all your weather information, be sure to head on over to dappertimesweather.com, a great user-friendly website. We will see you back here live next week, next Thursday, July 30th at 8 p.m., right here in Garden City, Michigan. So until next week, thanks for watching and listening. And be sure to stay safe and have a good night. You guys take care.